Hello everybody, it's Riff Raff Hornhelm, and I'm back again with another review here on the Dwarven Vault. Hope everybody's doing well, and we're going to move right on to the review and welcome back our good friend Red, who's going to have a review today for Gascon of the Many Knives. Enjoy, and we'll talk to you afterwards. We're talking today about Gascon of the Many Knives. Okay, it sounds a bit pretentious, but the story's pretty good, I guess. So, Gascon of the Many Knives, he is a rogue in 5e, and he is played as a Tiefling, and he has a little bit more magic than usual because of some things that his DM gave him in their homebrew dungeon that allows him to do a little bit more magic than the average Tiefling does. He's 11th level and has been around for a while. It says that his real ambition in life is to steal anything, have the best reputation for stealing, and always get away with it. As we're going to find out, that's not quite how things have worked out, but he has had some pretty cool moments. Now, this particular character is brought to us by a gentleman named John, and John is located in the greater San Francisco area out in California in the United States. So, John's character here, Gascon, is dressed in a cloak. He's very dashing looking. As he put it to me, he said, think anime. Okay, so I'm trying to think anime. As soon as I figure out what that is, I'll be in good shape. No, but seriously, so we're gonna say more of a dashing and debonair type looking rogue. So, and he's done some cool stuff. So, first off, let's talk about his wonderful. Oh wait. And of course, being a rogue, you know, he has the option of being good or bad or self-serving. He tends to be more self-serving and will do sometimes some good things and sometimes some bad things. But he says on the overall, he's probably done more bad than he has good. What kind of things has this character done for epic successes and epic fails? Well, his epic success is pretty cool. At least it sounds visually pretty cool. Make a nice movie or an anime. Hey, there you go. So, what happened was he was trying to steal the priceless necklace and tiara of a noblewoman. They were magical, glowing magical stones that also imparted great charisma and the ability to convince people and things like this. So in order to do this, he had to get it from her, and she was always followed by 12 guards. He was doing this job on his own, so he hired somebody to cause a distraction, which forced all of the guards to surround their charge, the lady that they're protecting, and they would do this by circling or facing outwards, all 12 of them. Well, he was above them, so he would take the opportunity, as he was above them, to launch 12 daggers. That was his main offensive ability, is he had the ability to throw daggers. He could throw 6 at a time, 6 from each hand. I don't know how he did it either, but hey, you know, it's D&D, kind of like Hollywood, anything can happen. So he launched the daggers down and rolled a critical hit, a 20, and nailed all of their cloaks to the ground. Dropped down amongst them all, grabbing the tiara and the necklace, and somersaulted out and ran away before they could pull themselves free of the cloaks or pull the daggers out that held them and chase him. And he ended up getting those 2 items And it also started his fantastic reputation of never failing on a big heist. Well, almost never. And of course, by almost never, that means it's time to talk about their epic fail. Things happen. Generally speaking, the best laid plans can be led afoul by a bad dice roll. And certainly, that's what happened here. Now, our intrepid young Gascon of the Many Knives was getting ready to perform another big heist. This one was really tricky. In a room surrounded by guards with crossbows, and we're not talking like 5 of them or something like that. There was fully 48 guards looking down from a balcony to where this item was on a pedestal in the center. And it was a magical item of very high value. And he was hanging up above again. One of his favorite methods for getting stuff, only this time he was invisible. So he shimmied down the rope carefully and got to where the item was, got his legs twisted into the rope, still invisible, and then reached down to grab the item. Well, when he did this, some of the daggers that were in his, he had like cross-drawn type holsters for them, slipped out and fell, appearing from nowhere and making a big clattering noise. And though the archers could not see a target, they knew something had to be there, and they let loose. Now, this is when the worst and the best kind of come together. He didn't get hit. Amazingly, he didn't get hit. Instead, he grabbed the rope and started shimming up, going back up the rope as fast as he can, when at that point, one of the last arrows sliced through the rope itself. Didn't know the rope was there, but happened to go through that space. And it dropped him onto the ground. Well, when that happened, more crossbows fired, and now there was enough of an idea where he was, where it was pretty hard to miss him. And he took a number of hits and had to teleport out before he was totally killed. Now the entire castle was up, and they sent out parties with wizards to try and find him. It became a whole secondary adventure just to escape. But he did not get the item for the heist, and his reputation was destroyed. All it takes is one, and that's what happened here. So let's talk about the values on these events. In terms of an epic success, that, like I said earlier, sounds pretty cool. It sounds like something that would look good in a movie or an anime or something like that. And when we talked about it, we all thought that that was a pretty cool deal, and we gave him a 8 out of 10 when talking through it with all of my colleagues. Yeah, Cranky, I know, we're too nice. And, of course, on the fail, he didn't die. He did not get what he was after. And, of course, he ruined his reputation. It's a bad fail, and it sucks to be you, but frankly, we've seen worse. So, on the fail, we're going to say that's more of a 6. And that's how we're going to score that. So you've got a 8 and a 6. So far you're up to 14. And of course, then we had to say, well, what did we think of him overall? Is he somebody we would have in our dungeon? The answer to that is, I think, pretty simple. Yeah, he'd be okay. Sounds like he'd get along okay with our guys. But there's one big thing. It's a tiefling. It's an elf. So we had to balance the two, and really we decided that was probably not the best idea in the world. So that's where we're at. We thank you very much for your submission, John. So we hope you liked that. And if you did, please come back and see us again soon. And remember, all the thumbs up and the subscribes and things like that. I'm Red Hornhelm, and you're not. Well, I hope you enjoyed that interview. Gascon of the Many Knives was an interesting character, and I hope you enjoyed our interview and our presentation today. If you liked what you saw, don't forget, subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends, rob a bank. Oh, wait, no, don't do that. And we'll see you again real soon. Remember, dwarves rock.